But for the Grizzlies, there are still more milestones in their sights. Memphis putting together a run. Pow! One win in the next 2 games means the first winning month in franchise history. 4 victories in their final 10 games will equal 30 wins on the season. Tonight, they try to take the first step with the opener of back-to-back games in LA. The Grizzlies and Clippers next. Live from Los Angeles, California, it's Memphis Grizzlies basketball presented by Fox Sports Net. Here inside the Staples Center, it's the third of 4 meetings between the Los Angeles Clippers and your Memphis Grizzlies. Each team has won on their home floor. Hi, everyone. Matt Devlin alongside Hersey Hawkins. Certainly glad to have you along. The Grizzlies coming off of a disappointing loss in the first game of this 3-game road trip in Seattle on Friday night. One of the reasons why, they didn't shoot the basketball well. They also didn't rebound the basketball well. Now, to have success tonight, they'll need to do both of those, and a key part of that is Pau Gasol. And Pau has had a bundle of success against the LA Clippers, Hawk.
Yeah, Pau has a real comfort level when he plays against the Clippers. Shooting the basketball well, and it doesn't matter who they put on him. If it's been Olowokandi, if it's been Brand, he's been very successful for 2 seasons. This year, shooting 13 of 21 from the field, but more impressive in 2 games, 9 offensive rebounds. So he's hustling, he's getting the job done that way. And the Clippers have decided to play Pau one-on-one of the box. He has too many skills to play one-on-one. He's been able to get to the jump hook. He shot the jumper well. He's used his quickness on the perimeter. So they have a real problem. In order for them to win this game, they have to figure out a way to stop Pau tonight.
And also Lorenzen Wright in the 2 meetings this season. Lorenzen Wright averaging a double-double against the Los Angeles Clippers. And tonight, possibly a little bit more easier for those two to operate because no Elton Brand and no Michael Olowokandi. Now, this is a team that's really been disappointing. They've won only 22 games, a lot of expectations put on them this season. They thought possibly a chance to go to the postseason. That will not happen. Part of the reason why, at least my belief, is that a lot of unrestricted and restricted free agents, nobody knows where they're going next year.
I agree with you 100%. When you're unaware, unsure of where you're going to be playing next year, it's difficult to play. And you have that many unrestricted and restricted free agents. Everyone's playing for contracts. You're playing for another one. So there's a little selfishness going on.
Now, 2 guys have had big-time games against the Grizzlies. Lamar Odom, a bundle of talent, and Corey Maggende.
And Lamar Odom, he should be either number 1 or number 2 on their list to get this guy signed. Very versatile, can take it to the basket either way, handle the basketball. Corey Maggende loves to drive to the hoop. But we saw in Memphis his ability to knock down the jump shot. Huge game, 34 points. So those 2 players, very integral part of the Clippers' future.
That was Maggetti's season best, that 34-point performance in, of course, Memphis, and the Grizzlies ended up winning that game by 5. When we return, I'll sit down and talk with Pau Gasol about this evening's matchup again. Averaging a double-double. Why do you think you're having that kind of success against the Clippers?
I don't know. I never thought about it, but I guess that it's a good team that I got motivated, I guess.
How about the ability to get up and down and get into the flow? You like to run. There's not a big physical presence on the inside.
No, I don't think that Brian and Olowokandi are playing, so they're going to have a little problems inside. But, I guess we're going to have to go stronger and do a better job on the rebound that we haven't done very, very good lately.
What do you have to do to bring that, to your game to get into that rebounding mode?
I don't know, just be more aggressive, just don't let you intimidate nobody, and just go aggressive and be strong down there.
How important is it for you guys to get this one, knowing that you have the Lakers tomorrow night?
It is very important. I think that we have to get this one. We really, really want to get it, and we're going to get after it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Pau Gasol, our guest, and when we return, we'll have the Toyota starting lineups. It's on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by First Tennessee, all things financial. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, is it in you? Buy the brown bag special only at Sonic, America's Drive-In. Advance Auto Parts, we're ready in advance. And by Michelob, the beer with a smooth taste and a nice finish. Beautiful day here in Southern California, and we are set for the Toyota starting lineups, and we begin with the visiting Memphis Grizzlies here at the Staples Center in the third of 4 meetings between the Grizzlies and the Clippers. The Memphis Grizzlies have lost 4 in a row here in Los Angeles to the Clippers, and the starting 5 for the Memphis Grizzlies: Mike Miller, Pau Gasol, Lorenzen Wright, Jason Williams, and Wesley Person. Hubie Brown, of course, in his first season, he certainly needs to hear more about possibly being the NBA Coach of the Year. He's done a tremendous job. You see the starting 5 for the Los Angeles Clippers, and there's Dennis Johnson taking over for the fired Alvin Gentry. And we are set for basketball here on a Sunday night from Los Angeles as the Grizzlies win the opening tip. The Clippers have lost 4 straight and 16 of their last 20. Gasol fading, shot doesn't go, and Maggette climbs down with it.
I like the fact that the Grizzlies come out early trying to get Powell involved in the game. Clippers don't have anyone inside that can guard him.
Here's Miller. Andre Miller sends it to Lamar Odom along the end line. Odom looks on the inside, now gives it back outside to Miller with 4. Now down to 3. 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And Cherokee Parks, Vancouver Grizzly, knocks it down from the end line.
Cherokee Parks can make that shot if no one's around him. Decent outside shooter.
Wesley Person playing for the first time this season against the LA Clippers. Mike Miller backs down, off glass, short. The Grizzlies have missed their first 2 shots, and it's LA basketball.
Grizzlies come out trying to establish the inside game. Then the Clippers can maybe double team, help, kick out to the outside for better open shots.
Cherokee Parks, up fake, gets around Gasol easily, makes it up and through.
No communication on defense. Someone fell asleep on the back line. Left Cherokee Parks all by himself.
Hubie Brown, a very quick timeout.
Yeah, Hubie Brown has to talk to the team about that. The ball was taken out of bounds, and you still go back on defense, and no one picks him up. Powell recovering, goes for the pump fake, but you have to talk on defense, know who you're guarding. No help. Help is late coming over. It's an easy layup.
The Grizzlies have had the ability this season, after big losses, to come back and win games. And of course, on Friday night, they did not play well. The Grizzlies lost 95-71.
Very resilient. I'd like to see that out of a young team. To not perform well, then have the toughness to come back the next night and put together a good game.
Jason finds Lorenzen, but off of his fingertips and a turnover. Speeding ahead, Maggette, denied by Miller. Miller ahead to J. Will, into the front court, out on the wing. Turning baseline, West gives it to Gasol, taken away by Odom.
Wow, a couple of very athletic plays early in the game. First by Mike Miller, then Odom to come back with a great block shot.
Maggette trying to back down on Miller. Spins middle. Shot blocked again, and Parks races in and snares it.
This will be a hustle game. The team that's willing to make the extra effort, hustle for the loose balls, will end up winning.
Veteran Sean Rooks with the shot with 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock, and the shot does not fall, and Lorenzen tracks it down and tears it away from Odom. Miller spotting up for 3. Cans it. And you see Mike Miller already hobbling away from the scene.
Very difficult to see him out there playing this way because you know he wants to be on the floor, but the back just will not get better for him.
45 minutes of treatment prior to tonight's tip. And that has certainly been something that has been constant since he injured his back. And warning of a shoot-around. Williams finds Person, launches, knocks it down. And so the Memphis Grizzlies now grabbing the lead. Important, certainly, against a team like the Clippers that is reeling, and everybody is thinking about summertime and where they're going to be next year, to jump on them in a hurry.
Did not give them any life, come out, establish that it's going to be a very physical, tough game. You never know. The way they played, they may just mail it in.
Lorenzen Wright had 13 boards on Friday night, Hawk. Grabs another one there. Jason Williams finds Wren baseline. Lorenzo shot doesn't go on the weak side. Parks is there. You'll notice that his right thumb is heavily wrapped, and an offensive foul on Lamar Odom as Mike Miller takes a charge, and once again he limps away.
Mike Miller sacrificing his body. Good defense. Steps in front of Odom. He was there in time. Good call by the official.
Lorenzen Wright just took off the tape. It was wrapped around his right thumb. He had something a little bit bigger, huskier, during pregame when he came out for warm-ups, and Scott McCullough undressed it a little bit, but does not want to play with anything wrapped around his right thumb, in which he injured on Friday night. A little bit difficult sometimes to shoot, as you know, with bandages wrapped around your fingers, thumb, and or wrist.
I exactly know what he means. I was the same way. I hated anything on my fingers, on my hands.
Miller, a second chance opportunity underneath.
That was a big problem for the Grizzlies the other night in Seattle. Second chance opportunity, Seattle crashing the offensive glass. Grizzlies have to do a better job defensive rebounding.
Jason Williams drills it. Jay Will was just 1 of 10, uncharacteristically shooting 4 the other night in Seattle. Drills out, and the Grizzlies lead by 1 with 7:28 remaining in the first quarter. Odom gives it. Baseline. This is Parks. Has 4 points. Underneath, loose ball. Person saves it to Miller. Memphis a chance to run, Hawk.
Good hustle by Wesley Person. That's the type of effort you need on the road.
Maggette closes out on West. Here's Miller. Gets around Parks. Scoop shot high off the window.
Mike Miller agonizing over every move he makes to the basket, running up and down the floor. See how long he'll be able to last tonight.
Playing limited minutes, but still averaging 13.4 points a game. As Lamar Odom posts up down low. That is where he is certainly a threat. But Miller has scored in 6 consecutive games, double figures.
And that
since returning.
And that shows you how talented he is to be able to play through the back pain, not be 100%, and still be able to put up double-figure numbers every night.
Parks earns his first. Our 3 officials, Bob Delaney, Mark Wunderlich, and Gary Zielinski.
Nice drive by Miller. Defense late getting over. Time he makes the move. See him grimacing, running down floor.
Mark Wunderlich blows a whistle, and this one will be charged to Cherokee Parks, and that is his second. And so Parks earns number 2, and remember, they are thin on the inside because Elton Brand has not played since February 25th. He has a stress fracture in his lower left leg. His last game was against the Lakers, and they are also without Michael Olowokandi, and they haven't seen him in Southern California in quite some time.
How can you be injured and leave town? Don't you have to rehab, try to get yourself better?
Well, he's trying to get himself ready for the offseason to see where he'll end up playing. Obviously now, the highest paid player in the history of the Clippers organization is $6 million a year, is not coming back. And a foul on Lorenzen Wright, and Wren doesn't like the call, and somebody better head over and slow down Lorenzen as Gary Zielinski makes the call.
Excellent move by Mike Miller. Slasher loves to get to the basket. Defense doesn't come over. No one helps Lorenzen. He has a guard on the perimeter. Andre Miller has the quickness. Everyone else has to see that and come over and help and cut him off.
Andre Miller, of course, picked up in the offseason for Darius Miles, deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they have been extremely disappointed with Andre Miller, who led the NBA last year in assists, averaged a double-double. Went to the University of Utah. Of course, he's from here in Los Angeles, but it has not been the homecoming that he thought it might be. Mike Miller, shot no, his own rebound. Driving end line, finds Gasol, and Powell's first points of the night.
Nice shovel pass by Mike Miller. Following up his shot. All you kids, if you shoot the jump shot, follow it up. You know where the miss is coming off at.
Grizzlies shooting 42%. LA shooting 46%. Odom finds Maggette. Maggette driving the lane, stripped of the basketball. And Bob Delaney blows the whistle, and he'll call a foul on Wesley Person. And we have a timeout on the floor with 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. And the Memphis Grizzlies lead by 1 here at the Staples Center. Gasol run a 4 to start. Mike, 1-point game. And the Los Angeles Clippers without Michael Olowokandi. And so they have found him. He is now on the bench. Arthroscopic surgery, left knee. Elton Brand, stress fracture, lower left leg. And Quentin Richardson with a bruised left patella tendon. High hopes for this team last year after the season that they had heading into this season. But it just did not work out. And Alvin Gentry was let go, and Dennis Johnson has taken over, and the team is 3-11 under DJ. And of course, very difficult situation for him to take over this group at the time at which he did. And with the amount of games remaining in the season, it was just hopeless.
Yeah, it sure was. At that particular point, I think they were pretty much lost.
Right.
They were out of the playoff picture. Everyone was already griping at one another. Difficult situation.
Sweet stroke. Mike Miller drills it. 3 of 5, 7 points for Mike. So a quick start for Miller. And the Memphis Grizzlies regain the advantage by 1.
Clippers came out in the half-court zone. Grizzlies scored on it. We'll see if they come back to it.
Sean Rooks gets his own 10. And Rooks, the 33-year-old center, did not play in the last meeting. Had 2 points and 1 rebound in the first matchup. But over the last 3 games is averaging close to 9 points. Wesley Person, baseline, rejected. Rooks hustling over to the end line.
Nice recovery by Sean Rooks. Clippers decide to double team Powell. Good rotation. Rooks closes, blocks the shot.
Miller turns the corner, pulls up in the circle. Short. Rooks with a rebound, and the outlet comes to Lamar Odom. Odom ahead. 2. Chris Wilcox, pardon me.
That's a high flyer for you. Chris Wilcox runs the floor extremely well.
8th overall selection in the first round of the University of Maryland after 2 seasons there. Wilcox had 16 points against Sacramento in their loss. Lorenzen Wright in traffic. And he's laughing because he can't get a call.
Well, it's better to laugh than to say something and get the technical. This Wilcox right off the bench in transition, throws it down hard.
3-point advantage for the Clippers, and Stromile Swift checks in, and Mike Miller leads. Miller will rest along the end of the bench. You see him sitting down. And a foul on Wilcox as Stromile was working along the end line. Actually, it is not on Wilcox. It's going to be called on Stromile, and that is his first after just checking in.
Wilcox actually committed the first foul, bodying Stromile. Then Stromile retaliated with the elbow. The official always catches the second move.
Rooks with the hook. Clippers by 5. 3:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Difficult to stop anyone if you give them no resistance in the paint.
Well, that's been certainly a problem for the Grizzlies this season. Stromile gets fouled, and that is the first out of Wilcox. And Stro heads to the free throw line.
Wilcox challenging the shot up top. Stromile realized he was all by himself. No one was on him. Got 2 free throws.
And so Stro at the free throw line. Swift on the season 71%, 4 of 6 from the free throw line on Friday night. And he misses the first. He had 6 points, 5 rebounds in 22 minutes. In his first game back after missing the 2 previous games because of a sprained right thumb. And still bothered by that thumb. As you see the brace on his right hand. Gets a second. Here's Miller being pressured by Person. Wilcox spins to the bucket with the finger roll. Sweet move by the rookie Wilcox.
Very aggressive move to the basket. The Grizzlies coming in their half-court trap trying to disrupt the Clippers. Clippers get an easy layup.
Points in the paint, 16-4 in favor of the Clippers. The Grizzlies allow more points in the paint than any other team in the NBA, an average of 45. It's an area that certainly Hubie Brown this morning at shoot-around addressed. Gasol, second chance opportunity. Wesley knocks it down with Maggette flying after him.
Nice job by the Grizzlies, crashing the offensive glass. Finally, second chance opportunity. Swinging around, Wesley Person, wide open jumper.
2:40 now remaining in the first quarter. Odom. He can handle the basketball. He can post up, shoot outside, shoot inside, take people off the dribble like he did with Battier. And the reverse doesn't go, but there's Wilcox making his presence known. And certainly, as you know, Hersey Hawkins, although the games are limited and there's only 2 weeks left, Wilcox, who's averaged just 10 minutes a game this season and doesn't play all that much, he wants to show everyone what he can do with his time.
Exactly. He's playing for another contract, playing for more minutes next year.
The Grizzlies trail in L.A. The world of extreme sports every weeknight. BMX rider Kit Williamson, free surfer Chad Towersey, and Leanne Sweden are the experts bringing you the entire world of extreme sports all in one place with breaking news, event highlights, and insider features that you won't find anywhere else. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weeknights, 4:30, 9:30 Central. Only on Fox Sports Net. Wilcox on the floor along with Melvin Ely. Ely had a double-double, his first career double-double. The rookie out of Fresno State against Sacramento in the last game, along with Odom. Andre Miller on the floor for the LA Clippers. And Maggette, Gasol on the inside, short. Odom tracks it down, pushing it ahead. Odom loses a dribble. Gasol battling Odom for the basketball. Odom diving on the floor, corralling it, sending it ahead to Maggette. Maggette underneath, Ely.
Clippers more desire, more hustle early in the game. Spectacular play by Odom to be able to recover it. And the Clippers come up with 2 points.
The Grizzlies shooting 39%. Strohmeyer elevating, no. His own putback, no. And the Clippers shooting 58%, Hawk. Maggette behind the back, Odom, careless play at this juncture of the game. Miller gets it back. Here's Odom looking on the inside. In the corner, Maggette, no. On the weak side, Melvin Ely, and a whistle and a foul. And a foul on Melvin Ely, and that is his first.
Late call by Bob Delaney, but it was the right call. How about Lamar Odom? You would think they're fighting for a playoff position the way he's hustling after this basketball goes to the floor. Both he and Powell. Good pass up, and the Clippers make the most of it, able to get 2 points out of the whole transition opportunity.
Knight along with Gasol, Battier, Swift, and Watson on the floor, the former UCLA Bruin. BK trying to set up Gasol. Powell, 1 of 5 early. The rookie Ely on him. Battier from the outside, up fake, leans into Odom at a whistle. And the foul will be charged to Lamar Odom.
Shane Battier getting Lamar to fight on a pump fake. Lamar was helping on Powell Gasol in the post. Good pass by Powell out to Shane on the perimeter. Shane earned those 2 free throws.
Odom just earned his second. You see what he has done in the month of March. Shane, 91% from the free throw line, now 23 of 25. And Quentin Richardson checking in, the 22-year-old, spent 1 year at DePaul University. Not one player for the Los Angeles Clippers this year has played in every single game. Andre Miller's played in the most, 70. Number 72. Odom just 40. Marko Juric, a rookie out of Belgrade, Yugoslavia, gets it back. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. The Memphis Grizzlies trail by 6. And Gasol is going to be charged with a foul as he was trying to contain Wilcox.
Wilcox showing some quickness on the perimeter, right around Powell. Surprised him. 1 dribble, and there's Powell again recovering, getting caught off balance. When you recover, you have to be balanced, square the offensive player up so he doesn't go right by you. Wilcox to the free throw line, trying to add to his totals.
just a 55% free throw shooter. Of course, Eli and Wilcox play the same position. Wilcox initially was thought to be going in a draft day deal to Cleveland for Andre Miller, but that all fell apart behind the scenes. And then, of course, they backed it up 4 picks later, choosing Melvin Eli. Brevin Knight hedging hard of the Clippers. Turnover. Up by 7, running the floor.
Clippers in transition. Young players, open court. That's how they like to play, up and down the floor.
This is their largest lead. The Grizzlies shooting just 35%. Clippers shooting 57%, and you see the differential between the game clock and the shot clock. BK holding it out high. A lot larger Zurich hanging with him. Watson on the outside for 3. No. Tapped up by Stroh. Swift getting a fingertips on it. First quarter comes to a close as the Memphis Grizzlies trail by 7 to the Los Angeles Clippers. After 1 here in LA in the first game of a back-to-back set here in LA. Tomorrow night it's the Lakers, and the Lakers this evening are in Seattle. But right now the Memphis Grizzlies have their hands full with the LA Clippers. Miller leading the way with 7 points for Memphis. We return to the second quarter action from State
Fox Sports Net.
Once again, a concern, Hersey Hawkins. 22 of the 27 points for the Clippers earned in the paint. The Grizzlies just have 6, and they're being out-rebounded by 3.
You would think that would be opposite. The Grizzlies tried to come out and establish the paint, go to the inside, but it's been the Clippers that turned it on them, and they're getting all the points in the paint.
6 on the shot clock. Richardson. Sweet stroke. Quentin Richardson shooting 31% from downtown, drills it. He's been out the last 3 games because of a bruised left patella tendon. Watson slicing in the paint. Blocked. Tries to kick it out. Greedy hands by Wilcox. Gets a piece of it. And Swift put back no. Battier tapped out. BK hustling. Scoops it up. 3 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. Batiste better hurry. Does. Good.
Nice play. Good hustle by the Grizzlies. Not giving up on the play. Coming up with the 2.
2 things, speaking of 2, that Hubie Brown addressed this morning in shoot-around. Rebounding, specifically offensive rebounding, and points in the paint. Being tough on the inside. 4, 3 on the shot clock. Second chance opportunity by Richardson.
Richardson quick with the second jump. Clippers, they keep throwing the talent in there at you.
Watson. Pick and pop, and instead gives it in the corner. BK gives it underneath. This is Stroh trying to back down on Eli. Rising up from the weak side. Richardson flashing in. Watson steals it away deep in the corner, looking for Stroh. Stroh called for it. Got it.
Heads up play by Earl Watson. And how many times have we seen him strip the basketball away from the bigger player after they get the defensive rebound?
Eric Piakowski's been injured much of the season, but he can knock down threes. 38% from downtown on the season, and over the last 4 games now, he is 5 for 9.
Let him get his feet set. It's money.
Watson shut down by Zurich, and Piakowski uses his screen, rolling to the bucket. And Battier over his right shoulder, and a turnover. That's the 4th by Memphis. The Grizzlies trailing by 11, and not the start, certainly, that Hubie Brown wanted.
Exactly right. Now they've given the Clippers confidence.
Foul on Brevin Knight, and that'll be Brevin's first. The Grizzlies have put themselves in a very difficult situation because they're down by double digits, and you're on the road. It's one thing to toy around at home, but on the road, it's a whole other thing. You saw that on Friday night. Zurich shot barely graces off the front of the iron, but then it's booted out of bounds by Battier.
You're down by 11. You're not shooting the basketball well. Clippers are out hustling you in the paint. A lot of things that the Grizzlies have to clear up right away and quickly before this game gets out of hand.
Richardson holding the dribble. Bayakowski out of the wing, looking for Juric. Running end line. Now spins back baseline, shoots over Battier. Shot doesn't go. And Watson gobbles it up and a chance to run. Stroh filling it up. Swift sparking the Grizzlies. He has 7 points, matching Miller's total.
Good job by Earl running the fast break, directing traffic. Knew where he was going all the way.
Juric. Entry pass. Wilcox spinning. Shot does not go. And Wilcox was in the act. And the foul is on Battier with 8:49 remaining here in the first half. The Memphis Grizzlies trail the Los Angeles Clippers in the third of 4 meetings. And it's been the Clippers 35-26, but Stroh making it in Sports News, completely dedicated to the home team throughout the South. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the Southern Sports Report nightly, 9 o'clock Central, only on Fox Sports Net. The Grizzlies trying to end a 2-game slide. Of course, this has been their most successful month, 8-7. And with one more victory, it would ensure their greatest month ever, because it would be their first winning month in the history of the franchise. And they're doing it at a very difficult time of the year because teams are all thinking about positioning themselves for the postseason, obviously outside the Clippers. But they have run into some tough opponents on the road. And then you return home after taking on the Clippers tonight and the Lakers on Monday night to the San Antonio Spurs. So all of a sudden, it's just one tough matchup after another.
Exactly right. Teams that are jockeying for playoff position. And Grizzlies, they really have to step it up at this particular point in the season. This will show them what they're really made of, if they can go out and play well against those teams.
Stromile, does he get the roll? No. Wilcox battling. Batiste comes away with it. The Long Beach native gets fouled as he goes up to the rim.
Nice patience by Batiste. Wilcox behind him, trying to block the shot. Batiste gave him several pump fakes, gathered himself. Again, we've seen the Grizzlies hustle here in the second quarter. Gets to the free throw line. Good job by Batiste.
First doesn't go for Mike Batiste. Batiste has struggled here in the last week and a half of March. Shooting 77% overall from the free throw line. Last time he reached double digits was on March 16th against Atlanta, had 10 points. 7 games since that time, averaging just 3 points a game. 10-point game with close to 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Eli, hook does not fall, and Batista's there. Ahead to Brevanite. BK angling to the far side, disrupted momentarily by Juric. Knight turns a corner. Scoop shot short. Eli grabs it. Off of the back of Wilcox to Juric. Here's Bayakowski attacking. Short, his own rebound.
That's what you want to make Bayakowski do. Put the ball on the ground, make him drive to the basket. See how awkward it looked with him trying to finish, but he was able to get the offensive rebound.
The Grizzlies shooting just 37%. That one off the back of the glass. No. Offensive rebound. Put back. No. Tapped up again. Battier in a crowd. And a foul as Shane tumbles hard to the floor. And the foul will be charged against Richardson. And checking in for the Grizzlies, Miller, Gasol, Person, Lorenzen Wright, and Jason Williams 5 for 5. And the Grizzlies will now match up against Cherokee Parks. Bayakowski remains on the floor, along with Richardson, Eli, and Juric. Jay Will finds Lorenzen. Here's Gasol. Parks is on him. Powell backing down on Cherokee. The hook. And it trickles around and through, and he yells emphatically at the basketball as it rolls through the twine.
Powell finally got the jump hook to fall. Clippers are not double teaming. Take his time and get the shot that he wants.
He is 2 of 6 from the field, but he has run into a pattern as the shot clock is dwindling down, now down to 6. Spin move, Richardson, shot good. Quentin Richardson Coming off of the bench is 3 of 5 with 7 points, but if the first shot doesn't go for Powell, he just struggles sometimes in the first quarter and a half before a couple go in a row. He questions himself.
He struggles with the confidence, and he has to come out of that and get the mental toughness that first 2 or 3 shots don't go, continue to shoot it.
Averaging 19 points a game is Gasol in his second season in the NBA. Last year's Rookie of the Year has had another phenomenal season. Parks, up fake, driving, and a foul situation. Shot does not fall through. However, he'll head to the line as Gasol commits the personal foul, and that is his second.
Lorenzen falling for the pump fake. You want Cherokee Park to shoot that shot one step in front of the three-point line. If he takes it, fine. Goes for the pump fake. He gets to the hole, and you're creating trouble for your teammates. That's why Powell picked up the foul.
61% free throw shooter, and the first does not fall. As a team, the Clippers are 75%. They've lost 4 in a row and 16 of their last 20, and overall at home 13 and 24. It has not been the season that they expected, but sometimes high expectations on a very young team, you end up with elements that they did this season. Here's Lorenzen, takes it deep in the middle, shot doesn't go. And Richardson brings it down. Richardson no longer with his running mate, Darius Miles. He's off in Cleveland, experiencing an even worse season than this for the Clippers. Juric driving on Jay Will. Shot rolls out. Lorenzen with another board. And Jason driving. Miller puts it on the deck. Off glass. Great body control as he pulled up on cue.
Excellent job. Richardson was standing there to take the charge. Miller pulled up with a short jumper, kissed it off the glass.
Richardson guarded by Miller. Richardson driving the double come, shot off the side of the backboard, scooped up by Gasol. On the near side, lost by Miller, taken by Jay Will. On the drive, pulls up, shot, good.
Excellent shot. Jason Williams not looking for a shot much here in the first half. Very selective. 2 of 2 from the field so far.
The Grizzlies on a little bit of a roll as the lead has been sliced from 12 to 7, and a timeout taken by Dennis Johnson, the former NBA champion with the Seattle Supersonics and the Boston Celtics. Miller with 9. Last minute 30. Just a reminder, the Memphis Grizzlies are in search of the superfan in the most creative way possible. Tell us why you should be Superfan 2003, Hersey Hawkins. Use stories, 75 words or less, pictures, videos, whatever you think shows why you should be chosen. The deadline for entries is April 2nd, which is coming up this week. The grand prize winner will receive a pair of season tickets for the 2003-2004 season. Visit Grizzlies.com for more information. And the Grizzlies, with 5 minutes remaining now in the first half, have cut the lead to 7. Juric, jumper, and it's out of bounds, and it's Memphis basketball. On the floor for the Grizzlies, Battier in replace of Mike Miller, who is 4 of 7 with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Of course, he's out because of an ailing back. Williams, Gasol, Lorenzen Wright, and Wesley Person.
As you can see with the Grizzlies, all of a sudden, the defense has gotten a little better, keeping the Clippers now on the perimeter. Not as many shots in the paint.
And going to Powell as well. Looking for him down low on the blocks, and that one is knocked out of bounds, and Andre Miller checks in for Juric. A lot of speculation where Andre Miller will end up, and there are some that believe he'll head to Salt Lake City and play with the Utah Jazz. Of course, played for Rick Majerus at the University of Utah. Battier, strong move, and one. Shane Battier.
And more importantly, Lamar Odom picks up his 3rd foul on the drive by Shane to the middle. Lamar Odom playing off of Shane, trying to deny the pass to the post. Shane taking up the space, driving to the hoop. Foul. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
Lamar Odom will have to exit. The talented guard forward, 23 years of age, out of New York. Battier, a rare miss here in the month of March, only his 3rd miss from the free throw line. Odom averaging close to 15 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Played just 29 games last year, slowed by a wrist injury. Piakowski! Did you know he could do that?
No, I did not. And I still don't believe he can do it a second time.
44-37 Clippers over the Grizzlies. Jason Williams finds Lorenzen. Hook, no. Gasol put back, yes.
Good job by Powell, stepping in front of Brooks, getting good offensive rebound position.
Technical foul called on Lorenzen Wright as he had a few words for Gary Zielinski. He wanted a and-one situation. He wanted a foul after missing that shot.
Nice pick and roll, good execution. Defense comes over. Lorenzen takes the hook, but there have been several calls. Lorenzen thought he's been fouled on early in the game. There was a defensive foul called on him where he was a little upset on it, so you can see the tension and the anger building up.
Well, the temper is certainly boiling for Lorenzen Wright, but he must stay within himself because the Grizzlies desperately need his rebounding. Wright has 4 rebounds this evening. He has 3 consecutive games of double-figure rebounding, and over the course of those 3 games averaging 12.5 rebounds. Here's Rooks, jumper in the face of Rand, pops in and out, and Gasol hands it ahead to Jason. Williams pulls up, looks for Lorenzen down low on the blocks. Rooks is on him. Rand shaking. Now with the hook. And it rattles around. Doesn't go. Gasol put back. Second time, Pau Gasol on the offensive glass.
Pau Gasol, he's following right behind the defensive player that's going over to help to block the shot.
And Battier trying to slow down Maggette. Maggette gets the roll and he'll go to the line, and the foul on Shane.
What a finish by Maggette. Strong drive baseline. Watch Powell. He's watching Lorenzen make the move. Cherokee Park jumps at it to try to block the shot. Powell goes right behind him. 2 tips at it, finally gets it to fall. And Maggette, that's a tough baseline move. Showing his strength, able to finish. 3-point play.
Last 19 games averaging 18.5 points in the season, 16.9. His last game against Sacramento had just 14, but had that season high at 34 against the Grizzlies in the first meeting on January 3rd. Powell falling down, and Bob Delaney blows the whistle, and it's on Cherokee Parks. And Parks is going to pick up another foul, and that is his 3rd, and he hustles now toward the bench.
Powell catches a break. Looks like he falls off balance a little. We'll see if Bob Delaney was right. He said Cherokee Parks was grabbing him. Powell earns 2 free throws, gets to the line. And that's what happens when you're more aggressive, when you're going to the basket strong. The officials notice that.
So Gasol at the free throw line. And the first does not go, and Powell's going through. Just one of these periods again where he struggles from the free throw line. In the last game against Seattle, he was 3 of 6 as he gets the second. And that was after a 2-game span where he shot above 80%.
And normally when he struggles from the free throw line, he's holding the basketball about a second too long right before he releases it.
Just a little bit of doubt, indecision possibly. Here's Maggette. Gasol, by the way, with 9 points and 6 rebounds. And Corey Maggette's feeling it. The former Blue Devil, after 1 year, he left. Did Corey Maggette. And Battier, of course, spent all 4 years. Lorenzen, skip pass, quickly on the inside. Gasol spins middle, loses a handle, reclaims it, and finishes strong. Into double digits, Gasol. After a slow start where he was 1 of 5, he's now 5 for his last 10.
Good awareness by Pau Gasol. No call was made. Stuck to it, able to get the dunk.
Maggette, so quick. That's where this team is so difficult. Everybody's quick off of the dribble except for Piakowski, but even he got into the lane deep. Watch out, he can knock down threes, leaning, no. And Lorenzen Wright tracks down his 5th rebound and quickly ahead to Jason. Under 2 minutes remaining now in the first half, and Williams off glass, and the Grizzlies are making a solid run. 4-point game.
Nice stutter step move in transition by Jason, using Pau Gasol at the top of the key, getting to the lane with the left-hand finish.
Clippers led by as many as a dozen. Miller. Baseline. Piakowski. No. Gasol his 7th board. Jason Williams looking to his left and right. Finds Battier. Hop step underneath. Fouled by Rooks. Rooks earns the foul, and that is his first. Pau Gasol with 11 points and 7 rebounds here in the first half, doing much of the damage in the second quarter. Weeknights, your exclusive all-access garage pass. Oh, quit making me laugh. With Totally NASCAR on Fox Sports Net. Totally NASCAR is your place to turn for all season long. For the latest news, highlights, and information on the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Totally NASCAR weeknights at 5 o'clock Central, only on Fox Sports Net. 44%. The Grizzlies starting to crank it up here in the second quarter, and part of the reason, Gasol has 9 points and 6 rebounds here in the second quarter after finishing the first quarter with just 2 points and a rebound.
And the buckets have come in the paint. High percentage shots, taking his time. And the Clippers have yet decided to double team Pau on every possession. They're letting him play one-on-one, and he's getting into a nice little rhythm offensively.
Battier getting to the free throw line. He is 4 of 5. The Grizzlies are 7 of 11. Clippers are 8 of 11. Piakowski in a little bit of a trouble. Pick and pop. Rooks short. And Sean Rooks struggling from the field. He's 2 of 8. Wesley Person lines it up fake. Piakowski flies by, steps inside the arc and short.
You won't see Wesley Person miss many of those that way.
Piakowski. It's like shooting in the gym by yourself.
Deadly in transition. And whenever you let him get set up.
He has 10 points coming off of the bench. Their bench here in the first half has been sensational. Gasol double. There's a double coming from Miller. Rotation. Williams for 3. Too long. And Miller gobbles up the long rebound. Leaking out ahead. Missed by Chris Wilcox.
Chris Wilcox printed by everyone, showing his speed in transition. Flew up the court.
4-point game. You see the time remaining here in the first half. 7 on the shot clock. Gasol jumper in and out. Battier timing it perfectly.
Great hustle by Shane. Beating Corey Maggette to the ball. No box out. 2 more for Shane.
Excellent second portion of the second quarter for the Grizzlies. Batted away by Shane. And the first half comes to a close. And Memphis recovering after trailing by as many as a dozen. And they head into the locker room inspired with their play deep in the second quarter, Hersey Hawkins.
They have to be very pleased with the way the first half went after the slow start, gathering themselves, regrouping, starting unit.
Clippers were plus 14 in that category. When we return, second half action from LA. All on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Advance Auto Parts. We're ready in advance. Advance Auto Parts. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Is it in you?
Getting set for second half action here in Los Angeles. The first night of back-to-back games here in LA. Tomorrow night, the Los Angeles Lakers, but a half to play. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, as Gary Zielinski blows the whistle because the clock has yet to move and they'll have to redo it. Hawk, for the Grizzlies, what's imperative here early on?
To continue to play aggressive. Continue to keep that momentum that they stole away from the Clippers in the second quarter. Go inside, establish Pau again. Make the Clippers make a decision on whether or not they're going to double team Pau or let him continue to play one-on-one. Because eventually he has it going now. They're going to have to double team, change their defensive philosophy. Then that changes things up. It gives Wesley Person open shots on the perimeter. Jason Williams, who's not looking for a shot a lot tonight, looking to get everyone else involved.
The Grizzlies trail by 7 at the end of the first quarter and trail by as many as a dozen as we begin the Start of the third quarter, and a foul on Mike Miller, and so Miller earns a foul. Miller 4 of 7 as he picks up number 1. 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, and once again, as we mentioned at halftime, productive in limited minutes. It's been amazing. Under 10 of the shot clock. Odom slicing through. Up top, here's Rooks. 5 of the shot clock. Andre Miller, foul line, hooking up with Cherokee Parks. No. Rattles off of the iron.
Andre Miller with a spectacular dribble move to split the double team.
Lorenzen has it taken off of the glass. And Mark Wonderlook is going to say, count it.
He's saying someone grabbed the rim, and there it is. Lamar Odom grabs the rim with his right hand and blocks it with his left. Can't do that.
Unsportsmanlike technical foul. One shot. Jason Williams will head to the line, and Odom earned that foul. And the game is tied at 52, so the Grizzlies have climbed back into this game as Bob Delaney has a word with Dennis Johnson. For some of the fans of the Grizzlies back in the Mid-South area, if you have tuned in around sports as of late, you have heard the story of Bob Delaney, who is a longtime New Jersey State Trooper. Of course, he is an official in the NBA, and he went undercover in Project Alpha, where he went undercover infiltrating the mob in New Jersey and New York, and he went by the name of Bobby Covert. It is just an amazing story. He was undercover for 2 years, and they ended up indicting numerous mafia members. And they had to pull him back out because they felt that he got too close to the situation. And he just recently came out with that. There's Bob Delaney. Went by the name of Bobby Covert.
Talking about a career change.
Oh.
One that was probably pretty healthy for you.
Yes. And of course, they have picked up on wiretaps. Different mafia members talking about, of course, handling Bob Delaney. But he felt at least secure enough to come out some 20 plus years later with the story.
That's a credit to him. I think that would have been a secret of mine forever.
That's right. Mike Miller flashing to the bucket, rolls it through. He's 5 of 11, Hawk. 5 of 8, pardon me, with 11 points and 11 minutes of work. Maggette got it. Maggette has 11 points. 3 of 6, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and the Clippers by 1.
Strong move by Maggette. Clippers' best post-up players are Maggette and Richardson, 2 smaller guards.
Miller, short. Limited to 1 shot. Here's Rooks. Gives it to Odom. Andre Miller. Crossover. Talking about posting up. Here's Corey Maggette. Faces up. Miller hedging now. Maggette decides to shoot. He's short. Miller tracks it down. And Jason Williams quickly into the front court.
Bad shot by Maggette. He can get that shot whenever he wants to.
Short for J. Will. 3 of 5 now from the field is Jason. Maggette, no. Miller with a weak side. Outlet comes to Jason. Cross court, Wesley Person. Maggette flies by. No. Wesley Person struggling from the outside. The second best three-point shooter in the NBA.
And he's had 2 open looks his last 2 jumpers by himself. Normally, he knocks those down.
Odom, no. Lamar Odom. 0 of 7 against Sacramento from the field. His previous game had 15 against Dallas, and then a season-best 2 games ago. 30 points against Houston as Lorenzen Wright is showing deep range.
Nice skip pass by Jason Williams over the defense that came over to help on the pick and roll. Recognized Lorenzen wide open. Good pass.
Gasol flies in, nearing another double-double against the Clippers. In the first matchup, Pau had 16 and 13. In the second, he had 23 and 10. 11 and 9 here in the third quarter. Person once again unable.
Wesley Person coming up short on every jumper he takes.
Odom and the Clippers by 1. Odom 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting. 8:47 remaining in the third.
Lamar Odom dangerous in transition. Too big to stop, can finish either way.
Jason finds Gasol. Parks is on him. Parks has 3 personal fouls. Powell takes him to the middle. Rejected by Cherokee.
Parks showing a little defense.
Miller swats it out of bounds. And so it's Clippers basketball. LA by 1.
Great hustle by Mike Miller, getting back and denying Odom the easy layup. Coming from behind, strips it away. Quick hands by Mike Miller.
Odom over Mike Miller. Odom 6 points.
So talented.
Extremely talented, and he's just 23 years of age. Jason Williams barely grazing the iron. The question becomes really for Odom. Will he take that next step? Andre Miller! And Hubie Brown wants the timeout. 5-point advantage now for Los Angeles in 62-57 as Hubie Brown uses a timeout. Andre Miller going to right to the hole. Miller 6 points, 5 assists. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this. You may not realize that Hersey Hawkins was actually drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers. It says so right in the media guide. Danny Manning, 1988, was drafted #1 overall by the Clippers, and then with the 6th pick, the Clippers chose Hersey Hawkins out of Bradley University. Now, Hawk didn't spend much time with the Clippers. In fact, he was just photographed with David Stern wearing a Clippers hat, and then immediately after that, he was sent, of course, to Philadelphia in a deal.
I don't even think I was photographed in that hat.
You sure?
I would have to see it to actually believe that I was photographed in that Clippers hat.
Count it. 3-point game with 7:41 remaining in the third quarter. That is a tough question.
And I want to know who comes up with these trivia questions.
Eric Josephson, graphics coordinator, who does a spectacular job along with Tom Stevens. Not in the truck, but Eric certainly one of our favorites. In the lane, Parks. McGetty tied down. And a foul on Lorenzen Wright. So here is the answer, and if you got it right, good for you, because it's a tough one. Even Hawk, you had trouble with this one.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know this one.
Yeah. Eric knew. Gary Grant, no relation to Kerry. And, of course, Charles Smith.
Eric needs to understand that some things need to be left in the past.
Is that right?
And never brought up again.
Oh, look at there you go. You were originally drafted by the Clippers, and be proud of it. It's okay.
I'm not. Okay. I'm speechless.
1-1 situation in a 4-point game.
I'm proud of a lot of things, but that is not one of them.
Miller drills it. Mike Miller, 13 points on 6 of 10 shooting. 1-point game.
Clippers tried to go in a quick zone. Grizzlies beat him down floor. Mike Miller with the 3.
Parks underneath. Hubie Brown furious.
All 4 players went to the ball, left the basket wide open.
Mike Miller, not this time, and Brooks Krauser. Andre Miller dribbling into the lane. Setting up McGetty underneath. McGetty denied by Wesley. And Powell saves it to Jason. Here's Person. Gives it up. Miller along the end line, and he's bumped by Odom. Nope, they're saying that he stepped out of bounds.
Good defense by Wesley Person. He pins McGetty underneath the basket. McGetty had nowhere to go but to try to jump back into him to score the basket. Wesley Person blocks the shot.
Odom slicing through the lane, switching over to the right hand. Powell stepped in, Lorenzen with the board. Jason Williams, Miller catch and shoot, got it. Mike Miller for 3.
Grizzlies had numbers. They had 2 players went to the paint. The defense had to cover the basket. Mike Miller, again, wide open in transition. Another 3.
17 points for Miller. Andre Miller, no, Lorenzen another rebound, and Wright has 7. Mike Miller with 17 points. Jason Williams between the eyes.
And all of a sudden, the Grizzlies have gotten the transition game going, and they're catching the Clippers with the quick pick and rolls in transition. Jason Williams raises up off nothing but net.
And it starts with that interior defense, Hawk.
Defense has been good here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Williams. The 3. Got it. He has 10 points and 6 dimes. Fox Central. It's a Southern Sports Report. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home team throughout the South. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the Southern Sports Report nightly, 9 o'clock Central, only on Fox Sports Net. The Memphis Grizzlies lead by 3, matching their largest advantage. Memphis has lost 4 in a row here at the Staples Center to the LA Clippers. And the series overall this year 1-1. All time 14-16 are the Grizzlies against the Clippers. Piatkowski along with Odom, Wilcox, Brooks, and Miller on the floor for the Clippers. Doubled underneath. Wilcox flashing. Showing himself tonight.
Tough play by both he and Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom came up with the pass and made a nice pass to Wilcox.
Battier driving, offensive. Battier cleared out. Odom. And so Battier earns his 3rd.
It looked like Shane Battier was trying to put the pressure on Lamar Odom, trying to get him to pick up that 4th foul. Good defense by Lamar Odom. He backed off, let Shane come to him.
Battier in for Miller. Razzanailing back. And now an offensive on Odom. And so Battier does get Odom to collect his 4th. A major concern for the Grizzlies, Lamar Odom, but he has been tamed tonight. 6 points, 4 rebounds. Odom averaging 22 points against the Grizzlies in the first 2 games.
Shane returns the favor. Shane actually gets away with one also. He was falling before the contact was made by Lamar Odom.
So Odom has to leave, and Richardson is on the floor. And Richardson stung the Grizzlies in the first half with 7 points. Gasol up there. Takes Wilcox, driving, short. Knocked away, and Miller pulls up, finds Richardson. Richardson denied by Lorenzen, saved by Jason. Tremendous hustle by J. Will.
Excellent defense by Lorenzen to block the shot. Jason all out for the save.
Wesley Person been off tonight. Battier crashing the boards. Tap doesn't go. Loose ball gathered by Miller.
And Battier almost with another magnificent tip in on the offensive glass.
Richardson underneath. Wilcox.
Chris Wilcox finds himself open a lot, moving without the basketball, playing off of everyone else. Gets another 2 points.
Battier. Gasol. Lorenzen up top, under 10 of the shot clock. Brooks flying his hands all over, trying to deny. Pow, jumper, no. And on the weak side, it's Richardson. Clippers by 1. Entry pass, Wilcox. And he's fouled by Lorenzen Wright.
Lorenzen had no choice but to come over and help and commit the foul. Pau Gasol went for the steal. When you miss the steal, miss the ball, you're leaving your teammates out to dry. Lorenzen coming over, good help defense, make them earn it from the free throw line.
Lorenzen earns his 3rd, and heading to the line is Wilcox. 3 of 5 now from the free throw line, 13 points in 16 minutes of action, 5 of 6 from the field. He has not played much this season. But since Dennis Johnson has taken over, he's received more time. He understandably so. With only 10 games left, you know that he's going to certainly provide effort as he wants more time in the future.
He's making the most of the minutes that he's being given, making them notice that he can play NBA basketball.
Person. West now 2 of 7, just having an off night shooting the basketball. Richardson thought about it. Battier closed. Wilcox flying down the lane, loses the grip. Powell battling and pushed out of bounds by Wilcox, and so Chris earns a foul.
Chris hustling. That's some of the little things that the Clippers have been missing the entire season, going out playing with that reckless abandonment, giving all you have. Wilcox, the last 10, 11 games of the season, has been giving them that.
Swift on the floor. Earl Watson checking in for Wesley Person, along with Battier and Lorenzen Wright. Gasol has a double-double, 11 points and 11 rebounds as Jason brings it to the side. Here's Lorenzen. Rooks is on him. Shoots over Rooks. Oh, net. Sweet J by Wren, and the thumb not bothering him. Lorenzen has 10 points and 7 rebounds, and he, this season, averaging a double-double against the Clippers and a turnover. Lorenzen averaging 13.5 points and 11.5 rebounds against the LA Clippers. In their last matchup, he had 10 and 10. In the first meeting, 15 and 13.
Solid numbers, and that was a big-time offensive move the last possession. Then he came back and denied Rooks on the box, made him step out a little further and forced the turnover.
Both teams taking care of the basketball. Each with 6 turnovers. Jason catch and shoot. Spills in and out, and Wilcox all over the glass.
Wilcox coming up with every defensive rebound.
Impressing here, I think.
Yes, he is. He's definitely impressing me.
Out of the wing, Piakowski dumps it. Wilcox spins in the lane, taken away by Watson, no call. Earl pushing it ahead. Richardson gets back, Stroh gives it up, Wren throws it down.
Andre Miller.
Timeout taken by Dennis Johnson.
Andre Miller very close to taking that charge, but good job by the Grizzlies. Extra passes in transition. Lorenzen gets the jam.
22nd timeout taken by the Clippers. Lorenzen Wright underneath. No call, as Miller may have been inside the restricted area. Here's the Dodge drive of the game.
Take a look, it just happened. Nice pass by Stroh. Lorenzen coming alive in the third quarter. Dodge drive of the game.
Miller actually was outside the restricted area, but no call. Dennis Johnson wanted a charge. Fast break points. Grizzlies +6. +5 at a rebound. Here's Dennis Johnson. 4th season on the coaching staff. Spent 4 years as an assistant with the Boston Celtics. As a head coach in the CBA for the lacrosse Bobcats. And, of course, won 3 NBA championships, 2 with the Celtics and 1 his first with Seattle. Short. And last touch by the Clippers, and it's Memphis basketball. Grizzlies lead by 3.
We can definitely say that Dennis Johnson paid his dues before he got his first opportunity to be a head coach in the NBA.
And a lot of people around here want to see that extended. Pass taken away. A rare turnover for Jason. That's only his second.
Yeah, Jason Williams looked like he thought Lorenzen Wright was going to duck in, but Lorenzen flared to the corner. It was Sean Rooks to pass to him.
Knocked away. Richardson for 3. No. Wilcox all over the offensive glass.
That's what Wilcox has shown. Offensive rebounding, moving without the basketball. When he's gotten the ball on the post, you can tell he's not polished yet, doesn't have many offensive moves, but he's very active.
Battier turns baseline. Shut off. 7 seconds, down to 6. 5 on the shot clock. Watson, Battier, catch and shoot from the corner. Rattles around, no. Rooks with a rebound. Clippers racing ahead. Wilcox through the fingertips.
Risky pass by Mike Miller in transition. Had to be absolutely perfect. Wilcox running full head of steam. Tough to complete that pass.
Juric in for Andre Miller. 3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Grizzlies trailing by 2 at halftime, lead by 1 right now, and a chance for more. Jason off the dribble, crossover, driving, scoop taken away by Wilcox. Counted.
Bad play by Wilcox. That ball was off to the left.
Jason with a dozen points. Juric driving. Counted. Marco Juric slicing through the lane, and the floater goes. 1-point game at the end of the third, as Bob Delaney will come over and check it. But you will see that it has left the hand, and it is all the way through. The Grizzlies lead by 1 as we head now to the fourth quarter here in Los Angeles. Hubie Brown wants his team to have the first ever winning month in the history of the franchise, and that has certainly been at the top of their list. Wilcox has been trouble tonight. Mike Miller has been superb. 17 points as we begin play here in the fourth quarter. Stripped of the basketball. Hayakowski along with Richardson, Wilcox, Eli, and Juric on the floor for the Clippers. Brevenite, Watson, Stroh, Batiste, and Battier on the floor for Hubie Brown. The Grizzlies in their history have never had a winning month. They win tonight, and they will capture that. Eli in the lead now, turn to the Clippers.
Eli, nice jump hook. He and Wilcox have come in off the bench and given the Clippers lots of productive basketball tonight.
Wilcox has played in only 37 games, and tonight a career best 15 points coming off of the bench. Headed in now to the fourth quarter. Batiste out high. Batiste takes a jumper. Got it, and 1. Mike Batiste drills it.
Who was the foul on? Hayakowski trying to come from behind to block the shot. Big hoop by Mike Miller. Hayakowski catches him on the arm. Mike Miller stays with the follow through.
Or Mike Batiste.
Mike Batiste.
But he's shooting it like Mike Miller. Is why you got a little confused there.
Well, thank you for that concentration. Big time.
And he gets the roll. And Batiste, 77% free throw shooter. And the Grizzlies lead by 2. Wilcox trapped. Loses the grip. Richardson scoops it up. Juric stops. No. Stroh taps it up, and Battier collects. In the Grizzlies doing a better job of rebounding the basketball and limiting the Clippers to 1 shot. Batiste, that time flying and spinning in the shot. Does not fall. Juric running the offense. He's a rookie. Hayakowski, the veteran, going baseline. Spills out the rookie. Melvin Eli with a putback.
Eli, nice follow. Hayakowski normally taking a jumper. Trying to go to the hole, get an easy 2.
3 rookies on the floor for Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson played for Gary Colson. He's a special assistant to Jerry West with the Memphis Grizzlies. That was at Pepperdine. In Malibu. Hayakowski, no. Stroh collects. BK pushing. Stops. Juric hovering. And set it up in the half court. Batiste, up fake, takes it through the circle. Quickly, ball rotation. Watson knocks it down. Big shot for Earl.
Nice offensive sequence by the Grizzlies. Pick and roll, defense had to help swinging the basketball. Corner, nice 3.
Richardson backs down, spins on Battier, shot, pops out. Brevin on the near side brings it quickly into the front court. Wilcox draped around him. Here's Watson. Memphis by 2. Grizzlies shooting 43%. Watson deep in the lane, gives it in the corner. Batiste for 3. No. Not a three-point shooter. Mike Batiste, 22% of the season.
He's falling away on the three-pointer in the corner. Make sure you stay with the shot. Don't fade away.
8:45 remaining here at Staples Center. And Batiste is going to be called for the foul. With 8:44 left, the Memphis Grizzlies lead by 1 here in Los Angeles in the first night of a back-to-back here at Staples Center. And the Memphis Grizz 5-4-3-2-1, the only show taking you inside the world of extreme sports every weeknight. BMX rider Kip Williamson, free surfer Chad Towersey, and Leanne Tweeden are the experts bringing you the entire world of extreme sports all in one place with breaking news, event highlights, and insider features that you won't find anywhere else. 5-4-3-2-1 weeknights, 4:30 and 9:30 Central on Fox Sports Net. Jurich still on the floor. Piakowski curling, and a foul out of Watson. And Mike Miller will hobble back out onto the floor, replacing Battier. 17 minutes, 17 points. It's nothing new for Mike. It's what he's been doing since he was injured. Piakowski, first free throw goes. Miller, in his first game with the Memphis Grizzlies on a Friday night in New Orleans, scored 23 points. Backed it up with 11 against Houston. And then back spasm set in. And since that time, he's been in and out. He's missed a total of 8 games, but when he has been on the floor, healthy or not, he has been productive. Batiste looking for Miller. Miller wants it. He wants to post up Richardson. Instead, Strohmeyer will work. Stroh backing down, spins. Blocked by Eli.
Strohmeyer has to make a better move on the box. Eli and both Wilcox jump just as high as Stroh.
And a foul on Brevin in this tied game at 79. You don't see this too often, do you, Hawk?
You sure don't. Eli, young player, great timing. Goes up, blocks the shot. If someone can jump just as high as you can, you have to make a better offensive move on the post.
Jurich, a 78% free throw shooter. Misses his second, and the rebound comes to Odom.
Missed both of those badly. So bad the Clippers came up with the offensive rebound.
Eli underneath. Got it.
Eli made his move with a lot more force. Put the pressure on Stroh to play good defense. Got good position. Converted the jump hook.
Miller with the left hand, 19 points. Excellent feed as he curled deep in the post.
Great curl move by Miller. Would love to see him healthy for a couple of weeks to see what he can actually do.
So would Hubie Brown and all the fans back in Memphis. Gasol, Williams, Lorenzen, Person, and Miller remains on the floor. Odom, Eli, Piakowski, Jurich, and Rooks. Richardson will leave. Odom playing with 4 personal fouls, is 3 of 8 from the field. Jurich all the way to the hole. 2-point advantage.
Lorenzen forgot the trap on the pick and roll. Jurich all the way around to the basket. You have to step out and make him divert his path and make him go somewhere else.
Rooks committed the foul. 7:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Grizzlies, foul line extended on the far side, will inbound the basketball. Rooks just earned his second. It has been the bench of the Clippers that has been sensational tonight, Hawk. Not necessarily their starting group. Jason Williams quickly pulls up, left of the circle. No, Rooks climbs in and collides with Odom. And it's Memphis basketball on the tomfoolery underneath.
Memphis catches a break. 2 Clippers fighting for the defensive rebound. talk to one another.
The Grizzlies, 4 of their 5 starters in double digits. It's a rare night for Wesley Person. He is a lone representative. The starting 5, not in double digits. He has 4 and 2 of 7 shooting. Miller, guarded by Piakowski. Strong move. Shot doesn't go. Tap to Lorenzen. Put back, no. Spills out. Odom saves it. And Rooks gives it back to Lamar.
You know Lorenzen wishes he had that one over again. Misses the chippy all by himself.
Zurich up top. Odom slips the screen. Denied by Wesley Person. Great deflection because Piakowski was going right to Odom. Odom over Jason Williams. No. Tapped up. Lorenzen corrals. Jason ahead to Powell. Has Miller. 21 points from Mike Miller.
How about the pass and the communication between Mike Miller and Pau Gasol? Miller was pointing at the rim. Pau, perfect pass.
83 points for the Grizzlies, 83 for the LA Clippers, and 21 points for Mike Miller as Gasol finds him in the air.
Greatest of all time, Michael Jordan played through the injuries, the flu, competition of the game. Good players step up to the plate.
Eli heads to the free throw line where the Clippers are shooting just 62%. Eli, his first journey there. He has 8 points, 5 rebounds, and he misses the first. The bench has produced this tonight for the Clippers. 15 by Wilcox, Piakowski a dozen, Eli with 8, Richardson 7, and Zurich with 6. McGetty, the only starter that's in double digits, and we haven't seen McGetty that much here in the second half. He has a dozen points and 3 of 10 shooting, 6 of 7 from the free throw line.
Dennis Johnson, he's an equal opportunity coach. He's given everyone quality minutes.
And Gasol tangled up with Eli, and the foul is on Eli.
Speaking of McGetty,
there he is. McGetty checks back in. Clippers by 1 with 5:44 remaining.
and this game still will be decided by a hustle play, someone taking a charge, picking up a loose ball to really give someone the energy.
In and out, and McGetty takes it on the weak side. McGetty with a wrap around his right knee. Zurich cut off, Rooks quickly. McGetty gives it baseline to Odom. And Lorenzen Wright will earn the foul. And Odom will head to the free throw line. And so Ren picks up number 4.
That's good offense. Swinging the basketball from one side of the floor to the other. Defense has to recover. Odom makes a quick baseline move, earns 2 free throws.
Misses his first. Odom, 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in just 22 minutes. He's been limited by foul troubles. Since the All-Star break, the Grizzlies 2 games above 500. That's the 10th best record in the NBA. Since the All-Star break, they are 13-11 in the month of March, 8-7 as the second works, and it's a 2-point game. Clippers on top. Once again, the importance of this game, the Grizzlies have never had a winning month. If they win it tonight, they are insured of a winning month. Taking top, a roll, and Gasol. And it's Memphis basketball. The Grizzlies in March, averaging close to 103 points. Opponents 98.9. They've had a spectacular month, however. They have dropped 4 of the last 5. Lorenzen gets hammered. He'll head to the line.
Nice pick by Wesley Person to free Lorenzen up. Jason with a nice bounce pass. Great execution. The Grizzlies do an excellent job of picking from one another, screening from one another on an out-of-bounds play. They get a lot out of their out-of-bounds plays.
Lorenzen in March, 70% from the free throw line, and he misses the first. Former #1 overall pick by the Los Angeles Clippers. Ren on this free throw will try to cut the lead to 1. Misses. Eli and Gasol. Eli A look at Powell, and Powell backs away, and a foul on Gasol.
Eli throwing the elbow. Powell commits the foul. Powell going for the ball, and there's the elbow. Pretty close to picking up a technical on that play.
It's the fourth on Gasol, and Eli, in a bonus situation, heads now to the free throw line. Grizzlies are 9 of 15 from the line, while the Clippers are 15 of 25. Now 16 of 26. They improved to 61.5% from the free throw line. And Melvin Eli with 11 points, 6 rebounds. 2 productive games in a row for the rookie out of Fresno State, the 12th overall selection this season. Under 5 minutes to play, and the Grizzlies trail now by 4. Lorenzen in the lane. Person gives it up. Miller driving. Mike Miller going right to the hole. An aggressive move by Mike. And he heads to the free throw line.
As you can see, the Clippers trying to take away the three-pointer from Wesley Person. Hustling, good pump fake. It's Maggette flying by. Another player closes on him. That's Mike Miller going to the free throw line for 2. Good ball move.
22 points now for Miller. If Mike makes this one a time for the season high as a Grizzly, he does. He has 23 points. He's the Memphis Grizzlies, shooting 50% from the floor, 48% from 3. And now 77% from the free throw line. And Miller has made 10 in a row from the line. Brooks, you don't mind Brooks taking that. Miller pushing it. Lorenzen misses the layup. Haunted by Odom.
Give Lamar Odom a lot of credit for chasing Lorenzen down and forcing the miss.
Jason Williams gets charged with the foul.
Lamar Odom had backed Jason down so far in the paint. If he caught the pass, he was way underneath the basket.
So Odom heads to the line where he's 1 of 2. Now 2 of 3. 3-point game with 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter.
Grizzlies have done an excellent job on Lamar Odom tonight, keeping him under control.
Now a 4-point game, and Odom has 9. Lorenzen in the high post. Brooks on him. Cutting. Miller wanted it. Odom is on Miller. Williams finds Mike. Long range 3. Good! Mike Miller! 26 points on 10 of 16.
Huge three-pointer. Good offense, moving the basketball. Mike Miller feeling it tonight.
1-point game. Grizzlies shooting 50% from downtown. Brooks collects.
Nice pass to John Brooks. Lorenzen Wright and dropped into the paint, covered on the lob pass into Odom. Left Brooks wide open on the perimeter.
Jason Williams. No. Powell tap. Lorenzen in traffic will head to the line. Wren has been unable to finish underneath, but right now sporting a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds, and he'll go to the free throw line as Rooks earns his 4th.
You know Lorenzen, he won't quit. Continues to hustle around the basketball the entire night. Gets to the free throw line. 2 big shots for the Grizzlies.
Good with the first. Lorenzen, 4 consecutive games. Double-figure rebounding. His last double-double came on the road last Monday in Orlando. The Grizzlies won. He had 17 points and 10 rebounds as he misses the second free throw in this tight game with 3:25 left to go. Brooks up high. Maggette trying to post up Person high off the window, and it counts.
Tough shot by Maggette. Maggette jumping right into Wesley Person, forcing all the contact, and makes a difficult shot.
93-89. Grizzlies trail the Los Angeles Clippers, and Hubie Brown uses a timeout. Mike Miller with 26 points. However, Maggette collecting 2. He has 14. is brought to you by First Tennessee, all things financial. Dodge, grab life by the horns. And by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. Downtown LA on a Sunday evening, and the Memphis Grizzlies trail by 4. 3:09 left. And Wesley Person, Pau Gasol, Jason Williams, Mike Miller, Lorenzen Wright on the floor for Memphis. Brooks, Odom, Juric, Maggette, along with Eli on the court for the Clippers. Pau receives the pass, gives it back to J. Will for 3. And it rolls out.
Nice pass by Pau. Good shot by Jason Williams. Defense left him. You have to take that shot.
5 of 12 from the floor. Odom wants to post up Mike Miller. Juric looking for him. Now on the direction from Brooks. Gives it down low. Odom with the left hand. And it doesn't go. As it rolls over the iron, Gasol is there for another rebound. He has it, does it. Wesley Person. Wren sets a screen. They'll give it to Miller. No call. Miller looks back, takes the 3. No. And last touch by the Clippers. It's Memphis basketball. Mike Miller thought a whistle was going to be blown.
Yeah, that threw his timing and his rhythm off when he looked down and thought a call was going to be made.
No call was made with 2:20 remaining. And you see the Grizzlies shooting just 28% from the floor here in this quarter. Miller gets by Odom, finds Gasol. Pau closed out by Lamar. Plenty of time for the shot clock. Pau spins middle. Good! And he'll go to the line. Gasol delivers. It's a 2-point game and a chance to make it a 1-point deficit with 2:11 to go.
Pau driving on the smaller Odom. Gets in the middle of the floor, jump hook before the defense can recover. Odom's trying to strip him before he gets it up. Big time shot. Huge move by Pau.
And he collects from the free throw line. 14 and 12. 1-point game. Maggette finds Odom quickly into the front court, driving on Miller. Shot. Rattles around. And good. Into double digits for Lamar Odom. He has 11.
Lamar Odom taking it to the basket strong for the defense to recover. Grizzlies applying full court pressure.
Gasol lost it. Wasn't strong with the basketball. Maggette slapped it away. Juric to the bucket. No! Maggette stripped and a foul. And the foul on Miller.
2 minutes left in the game. You have to come up with that one. Don't take your eye off the basketball. Make sure you catch it. Juric all the way to the basket. He misses the easy one. There's Maggette.
Good with the first. Maggette, 7 of his 15 points earned right there from the stripe this evening. He is 7 of 8. And Corey Maggette had 34 points, a season best. And the first matchup against these two teams had 16 points, 8 rebounds in the second. He has 16 and 8 again tonight. And the lead stretched out to 5 with 1:35 to go. Grizzlies need points and stops. Short. Doesn't happen. Maggette streaking ahead. Pulls up.
That was a big possession for the Grizzlies offensively. Now they have to, on this possession, get a defensive stop.
Maggette fires over Wesley. 7-point game with 1:15 to go. And this one's starting to slip away from the Memphis Grizzlies as Hubie Brown calls a timeout. 1:15 to go, fourth quarter, and the Clippers on top of the Grizzlies by 7. Corey Maggette has certainly been a difference maker since he has checked back in. And here he is working on the Advance Auto Parts play of the game.
And with Maggette, you have to respect his quickness. He raises up, knocks down the jumper. The Advance Auto Parts play of the game. Maggette having another good night against the Grizzlies.
18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. The Memphis Grizzlies in a tough situation now. Weeknights are exclusive all-access garage pass. returns with Totally NASCAR on Fox Sports Net. Totally NASCAR is your place to turn for all season long for the latest news, highlights, and information on the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Totally NASCAR weeknights, 5 o'clock Central, only on Fox Sports Net. Grizzlies shooting 39.8%. Just 13 of 20 from the free throw line. And here in the fourth quarter, Memphis shooting just 30%. The Clippers in the fourth quarter are shooting 50%.
Clippers defensively in the fourth quarter have been better. And a lot of the credit goes to Melvin Ely. He's getting quality minutes here in the fourth quarter down the stretch. And it's because he's done such a great job on Pau Gasol, pushing him off of the box, forcing them to put it down, and he's quick enough to guard him off the dribble.
Wilcox also a solid job coming off the bench. Career best 15 points. Something that just stands out. 62 points in the paint for the LA Clippers. 62.
Too many points in the paint, especially to the LA Clippers.
Pow! Count it! And he heads back to the line, and another chance for a three-point play. Exactly what Memphis needed.
Get right, Pau going right by him. Eli had done a good job on Pau Gasol. Uses his quickness, kisses it off the glass. Now he needs to knock down his free throw, and the Grizzlies, I'm quite sure they'll come with full-court pressure. Plenty of time left. It makes it only down 4 points.
Down 4 with 1:11 to go. Williams on Sherrich. Trying to weave his way across the timeline. He does. Lorenzen with the steal. Jason Williams back to Wren. It's Memphis basketball, and the Grizzlies almost gave it back. 58.2 of a second to go. And they got exactly what they needed from Lorenzen Wright.
Nice denial by Lorenzen. Smart play to give it up to Jason Williams and run the floor. Jason tries to thread the needle, should have attacked, and went right to the basket.
Here's Gasol. Gasol trapped, in trouble. And a jump ball is going to be called. Jump ball.
Quick jump ball. Lamar Odom grabs it. He has it for maybe a second. And then the jump ball is called. But Pau Gasol did a good job of actually splitting the trap in the corner.
Gary Zelinski tosses it up. Miller quickly to Lorenzen. Back outside, Mike Miller for 3! Yes! Mike Miller! 1-point game. 29 points from Miller on 11 of 18 shooting. Ailing back and all.
What a performance. Stepping up in the fourth quarter. Big time shot. Jerick all over him, raises up. That's confidence.
And he's just feeling it tonight, Hawk. How many times has he called for the basketball in key situations? Mike Miller and the Grizzlies will not go away with 49.8 of a second remaining. You see the numbers for Mike Miller in from downtown. 5 of 5. In the month of March, shooting 51%.
And has also chipped in with 6 rebounds tonight. Running the floor, taking the ball to the basket. This has been a gritty performance out of Mike Miller.
Mike Miller, the Gatorade player of the game. There is no question about that. He has a game-high 29 points. Miller sparking the Grizzlies on the 6-0 run. The first 3 by Pau, the last 3 by Miller over the last 26 seconds. It's a 1-point game with 49.8 of a second remaining. And what a night for Mike Miller. Certainly his best in a Grizzly uniform.
Nearly 50 seconds left in the game now. All you need is a good, solid defensive possession. But after playing good defense, make sure all 5 guys are in the paint. The guards are helping out, and that you come up with a defensive rebound.
Miller, by the way, just 4 points shy of his career best. That was against Philadelphia prior to the trade. He had 33 on February 14th. Battier on the floor for defensive purposes. Miller on the floor. Williams along with Lorenzen and Gasol. Odom pulls up, leaning. 101-98, 41.1 of a second to go. And Hubie Brown uses a timeout. It's a 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout taken by the Grizzlies.
Good defense by the Grizzlies. Mike Miller fighting through the pick. Riding. Odom makes a difficult shot. Jump hook from 10 feet away. Mike Miller challenges it. Lamar Odom, that's why he's a big-time player, to make difficult shots.
13 points for Odom. Odom has come alive in the second half. Take a look at the game reset. Each team with one timeout remaining.
Grizzlies only down 3. Don't necessarily need a three-pointer. If you run your offense and you get a good shot in the paint, a quick two, you take the quick two, and you play defense. But, of course, if the defense helps out and you can find Mike Miller or Wesley Person or Jason happen to find themselves open for a three, definitely let it fly.
Wesley back out on the floor. Gasol out high, puts it on the deck, backs down, working on Eli. Nice move by Powell. He has 19, so Gasol responded.
Grizzlies come back to the same play they were successful with after the last out of bounds where Powell got the three-point play.
You see the shot clock, game clock differential. Miller denying Odom. Now Odom scoops it up under 10 of the shot clock. Down to 8, 7, 6. Odom wants to do his work. Backs down, kicks it out of Rooks. In the face of red, no. Jason Williams collects the rebound, and the Grizzlies with 5 seconds. Here's Miller. No! And a foul on Wesley Person. Mike Miller had the shot.
Oh, boy. And when you're 5 of 5 from three-point range, in transition, in rhythm, Grizzlies deciding not to take the timeout. Mike Miller by himself off the back of the rim, in and out.
1.1 of a second on the clock. 0.2 of a second put on the clock in Zurich at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2, and the first doesn't go.
Zurich has looked bad on his free throw attempts tonight, fading away on the free throw line.
He's 0-3. The Grizzlies have a timeout to use, and they will use it. If it goes, or if it's missed and they get the rebound. So Zurich with his second. And it does go, and a timeout taken by the Grizzlies, and so the Grizzlies will have a final shot with just 1.1 of a second to go. And the Grizzlies, of course, were in this similar situation in their last home game against Phoenix. Mike Miller in rhythm, 29 points. Denied. Shoot situation, Mercy Hawkins. You have Wesley Person, second best three-point shooter. You have Mike Miller, 5 of 6 tonight from three-point range. Jason Williams also. He possibly will be inbounding the basketball. And don't forget about on the inside as well with Pau Gasol. So it's Williams, Miller, Lorenzen Wright, Gasol, and Wesley Person.
You definitely have the shooters that can knock down the shots in this situation. But you also have to send Powell to the front of the rim. Just in case one of the shooters aren't open, you throw it to him. Hopefully let him catch the lob pass, put it in, or you may even get lucky and get a foul with them trying to deny that.
Grizzlies, no timeouts remaining. Jason Williams in a similar situation on Wednesday night was called for 5 seconds. He realizes he must get it in. Finds Wesley Person, catch and shoot. Denied. in LA. And the Memphis Grizzlies fall by 2 to the Los Angeles Clippers. Tough night for the Grizzlies after climbing back in this game, down by as many as a dozen.
To play pretty decent on this trip. They're taking care of the basketball. They're getting shots. They're just not making enough shots. Rebounding a lot better tonight, but this was definitely a game that they're going to feel as though they let slip through their fingers. They could have won this one tonight.
Big night by Mike Miller, 29 points, but Corey Maggette and Lamar Odom in the end handled the Memphis Grizzlies. Tomorrow night, 9:30 Central, it's a